Yes guys, welcome back to another video with FIFA 23 right around the corner. It's going to be very important to know what squads you want to start off with. In this video, I'm going to be going over a couple squads that are going to save you that research time that you're going to be putting in looking to find the right team. Going to be going over a 50k team, a 200k team, and a 1 million coin team. Obviously these are predicted. I don't know what these cards are going to cost. The market could be like last year's where everyone was super cheap off rip, or it could be like previous years where everyone's super expensive until team of the year. That being said, let's get into this video. All right guys, so for this first squad, this is going to be the 50k team. This is going to be the squad you're going to want to get after the first week and a half, where you're grinding out those squad battle games, grinding out those first division rival games, working up for a squad to get 2-foot champs. So let's go ahead and take a look into this. So in the defense, we have Grimaldo, Lucas Verasimo, Neto, Diego Carlos, Fredericks. This is going to be a very cheap back line, and with the way that chemistry works this year, you're going to be able to mix around some players from different leagues that you might not have been able to use before. So with Grimaldo and Lucas Verasimo, you have players with good pace, they get good links to each other, and they also work with other players such as Diego Carlos and Neto. So as you can see there, all of those players are going to be on the max boosted chemistry, which is going to be great at the beginning of the year when everyone is still trying to figure out kind of what players to put in what places. Grimaldo is especially someone who in the past years people always look over, but now that we can play him in these teams where he doesn't need to get crazy links, he's going to be a very good pickup at the beginning of the year. In the midfield, we're going to have Jetson Fernandez, Grealish, Cam, which is going to be a sneaky one, and Allen. So with this midfield, you get a good mix of Allen with that defensive work. You have Jetson Fernandez, who's going to be able to bomb up and down the field, and then you have Grealish at that cam position. I do have the team lined up in a 4-3-3, but you can play it in multiple ways: 4-2-2, 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, kind of up to you. But Grealish at cam is going to be sneaky. I think he's going to be cheap because he comes out of packs as a left wing, but secondary position, you can play him at cam now. So he's going to be a good cheap pickup in my opinion at that cam spot. He's going to be great against the CPU and squad battles, and he'll do a shift for you in division rivals as well. Up top we have a typical sweaty cheap league own front line with Bamba, Boadu, and Doku. Can't go wrong with these guys. Tons of pace. They do well at the positions they need to. Doku and Bamba being those out wide players, and Boadu finishing the goals that you create with the rest of your team. So I think this team is going to be somewhere in and around that 50k mark. With that being said, let's get into the next squad. Alright guys, so this squad I believe will be in and around that 200k mark. So in the defense we have Lucas Hernandez, Upamecano, Koulibaly, João Cancelo, and Mendy. Mendy and Koulibaly get that super link to each other, so you know they're going to be on great chem as is. João Cancelo, I believe he might be one of the more expensive players in the squad because he is going to get that upgrade to an 88 rated card. Upamecano is going to be, I believe, a little bit cheap, with Lucas Hernandez also being one of the a little bit more expensive players. The beginning of FIFA, typically the players that are the most expensive are the best defensive players. That's why I think Lucas Hernandez and João Cancelo are going to be up there in price. I think in the midfield we're going to have Barella, Bruno Fernandes, and Renato Sanchez at PSG now. With that midfield, you get a lot of balance. Barella and Renato Sanchez is going to be a great double pivot for you if you play 4-2-3-1 or 4-2-2. And if you want to play 4-4-2, they're also going to be great in that midfield. One of the common themes with all of my squads is balance in that midfield, and I believe Barella and Renato Sanchez are going to be great for that. One thing with Bruno Fernandes is that he might get a downgrade, so he's going to be a sneaky pickup for those good 200k teams where he might become, let's say, an 86, 87 card, so he might be a little bit cheaper. So keep an eye out for him. I think he'll be worth the pickup. And then again, with the way chemistry works now, and Chiesa being a secondary left wing, you can shift him over to the left wing position. Gets that 2 chem boost. Having Chiesa, Werner, and Sane up top is going to be great. It's a pretty big upgrade from the previous team where you have a lot of started players, good pace, but not really good attributes anywhere else. With these guys, you have better pace, better shooting, better dribbling. Werner going back to the Bundesliga is also going to be great for dropping his price down a little bit, because typically earlier in the game there's a lot more demand for players from the Premier League specifically. Having this type of team is going to help you kind of grow in division rivals, and you can even take this team into the first week of foot champs if you really feel like it. I think this team is going to be great in the first couple months of the game. That being said, let's get into the final squad.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money.
Alright Alright guys, this is gonna be the final squad. I believe this squad will probably end up somewhere in and around that 1 million coin mark, mostly due to a handful of players. So I believe, let's starting with the back line. I believe Rudiger, Eder Militao, Walker, and Courtois are gonna be a crap ton of coins, specifically the three in the middle. Rudiger, Eder Militao, and Courtois. I believe they get those great links to each other, so they're going to be in very, very, very high demand. Not only that, they have fantastic pace. Rudiger and Militao both are super strong. They're going to provide a lot of cover in that defensive area that you're not going to be getting from other players. Hernandez, again, as I said earlier, he's probably going to be one of the more expensive defenders in the game, since technically now he can play in any team, and he's one of the better left backs as is. And Walker, everybody knows about Walker. He has got the high pace, great defensive stats. He's a no-brainer when it comes to these type of teams. In the midfield, in this screenshot, we do have a non-rare Tchouameni, but I believe he will probably get an upgrade to maybe an 82, 83 rated card. Gold, rare, Real Madrid. Great for this squad. He gets a ton of links in alongside his, national team compatriot Camavinga. He's probably also going to get an upgrade to that 82, 83 mark. I believe with the way chemistry is going to work now and both of those cards getting crazy boost, I believe they're going to be a little bit more expensive. They're finally giving Conte a run for his money in terms of French center defensive midfielders. I think they're going to be great pickups for this team. Another one of the more expensive players I believe that's going to be in the squad is going to be Kevin De Bruyne. I believe his high passing is going to be very, very crucial for this FIFA. Obviously, we're yet to see what the meta is going to be, especially after the first couple updates. I believe Kevin De Bruyne is going to be great and much worth the coins. Up top, I believe Gucci headband Saint Maxim is going to probably get an upgrade, or he'll stay around the same, but he's always amazing at the beginning of the game. He'll usually keep his price for a little bit and then start to drop down as promos start to come out, but I believe he'll probably be expensive and a great pickup at the beginning of the game. 5-star skill moves, that's going to be great. He's going to be on max cam in this squad. Up top we're going to have Holland. Holland is going to be amazing in this game. I can already tell. The new power shot that's going to be coming out, until they patch that, or depending on how it is on day one, he's going to be phenomenal, especially with that pace to get in behind. I know if you used any Holland card on PS5 version this year, he was fantastic. So I believe going into this next FIFA, he's going to be just as amazing, especially now that he's in the Premier League. You're going to be able to get him into these type of squads where he's going to be on max cam and get crazy boost. And then on the right wing with his secondary position, I believe Marcus Rashford is going to be a good option. He might get a downgrade, so he might be a little bit cheaper, and with some cards getting upgrades we might not have seen yet, there might be a better option here. But I believe at the moment with this footbin squad builder that I have, I believe Rashford is going to be a great choice. With this squad specifically, you get a max cam on every single player except Lucas Hernandez, which is going to be amazing. So essentially +3 boost on all these guys is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I believe this squad will be somewhere in and around that 1 million coin mark. If you get a one to watch Holland, it's going to be even better, because Holland is no doubt going to get a crap ton of performance based cards. He's already banging in the goals for Man City. He is not going to stop anytime soon. But yeah, of course, this is subject to change depending on if there's crazy SBCs, what team of the weeks there are, etc, etc. But I believe this is probably going to be one of the best 1 million coin teams in the game at the beginning. With that being said, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if you're looking forward to FIFA 23. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and peace out.